Well, what do you know? I actually think I might have got this going, so we'll see. Um, I don't know, maybe it just started right now. We'll see. Um, Let me leave this particular screen up for a minute or so and let people read through it, why I'm doing this, what the catches are to the whole deal. There is a couple. Not that I benefit in any way other than I'm lazy, but I just thought people should know. So keep that up there for a minute or two, and then we'll switch over to the price list, which will give an indication of the books we'll be going through today. I'm going to go through each and every book in my collection until somebody steps up and offers to take them off my hand. Actually, they need to drive up. They don't need to step up. They need to drive up. Drive up to the curb, honk twice. I'll run them out to your vehicle. So, okay, well, that's probably long enough on that. Let's transition over. We're going to be starting out with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I don't even think I've read this issue, so I've never played the game before in my life. Um, but, anyways, if you look through the list, you can see some of the other things that we'll be going through. And if you notice that I've pretty much graded everything at a 6 out of 10, just a flat grade across the board, very conservative. Most every book is way beyond that, excuse me. Got a little bit of gas on my stomach. So you're really going to be surprised when, like I was just about an hour ago, when we get to the Amazing Spider-Man. I'll just save it for then. So let's go over to our main screen. And here we are, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Let me, I don't know if this light actually, this light actually makes things, I don't know. Can't tell if it makes it better or worse. Well, we'll give it a try. So, bit of a delay. Me looking at what I'm doing in the little bitty YouTube screen so that I can see the chat. I like the colors on this. God, they're still bright and vibrant. What's the date on this book? 1988. Wow. Can't remember the place. I bought this. I think it was called Caveman Comics or some shit like that. The guy that owned the place, his name was Marvin. Marvin was a pretty good guy. I don't know. I enjoyed talking to him and stuff. He is no longer with us. He was old when I was young. And now I am old. I mean, look at those colors. Really, I did not know that you two had a book in 1998 that they were pushing. Well, isn't that something? Oops. Don't know what the story is about, nor do I really care. I don't know, maybe I read this once. The ads don't seem the least bit familiar. Usually I remember those. Monsters, 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 tavern. But I do remember Sandman. That was a big deal when it came out. Can't say that I was really impressed with the TV show or whatever that was. I only watched 3/4 of the first episode, and I'm just like, yeah. And a door, a magic door. Well, this is like the crispest comic I think that I own. Just crisp. The colors are just crisp. Some cheap ass bags that are more fucking kind of a hard plastic. I don't know how to describe them. Polyurethane, polyethylene, something of that nature. I don't know. They're like the typical good bags. Now we come to Planet of the Apes. Issue number 2. I'm certain I had number 1 at one time and I sold it. It's from 1975. Marvel was adapting everything and anything at that time. I'm not sure if they were on the rocks like they usually are, but it's about the time that I really got into serious collecting. Started going to comic book conventions with my friend Eric Heineman. Remember, there was some old guy used to sell us comics. He's the one that told us about conventions. His name was Gene, and Gene had greasy gray hair, grayish black or grayish brown hair. Always had a cigar that at some point had been smoked like 7/8 of the way down, and now it's just a stub. You never saw him with a lit cigar, just the stub. Always had it in the corner of his mouth. And he usually had the biggest table at the comic book convention, which was just a bunch of white folding tables with guys that usually had comic book shops trying to sell off some of their moving issues, along with a few heavy hitters there to pull people in. And I think the first convention I went to, the only entertainment was Forbidden Planet. They showed that on a wall or on a screen or on a bed sheet or something of that nature. Just a minute, my squirrels are here. I could have sworn they had food. Well, they do. This little motherfucker is probably hiding shit. I see you. I see you. Okay. There. I don't have to pay attention to that at all. Just talking about Forbidden Planet. I wish I could get some of these transfers over here, the t-shirt transfers. Like that big bamboo right there. I'd love to have that. My favorite was always one I saw. Well, I can't remember what store in Louisville I saw it when I was living near Louisville, Prospect. Anyways, seems like it was service merchandise, but I don't think they sold clothing. It was whatever the 1975 version of Target was in that area. Anyways, it was a male and a female bee looking like they were just about ready to get busy. And the caption said, "Stay healthy, eat your honey." So I just thought that was humorous, especially for 1975. Here is issue number 3 of Planet of the Apes. Man, there's a huge lag between says my connection is excellent, but I mean there's just like longer lag than what I was experiencing yesterday from the time I do something with my hands to where I see it in YouTube Studio being played out. I kind of wonder if I'm even really live. I don't know. Anyways. I just can't wait until we get to Amazing Spider-Man. There's a bombshell issue in there that it wasn't a key issue 10 years ago, but it sure is now. I didn't even notice that when I printed off the price list after I redid them back in May. There's probably more like that. It's like Cornelius or whatever his that wasn't Gaius. What is that? Dana Gould does a Planet of the Apes character on YouTube. It is the most unfunny thing I've ever seen. Hanging with Dr. Zaius or Dr. Gaius, Dr. Shit, I can't remember. Anyways, all I remember is it's not funny, it's kitschy, it plays on it's only funny to people in the business, in the business of being actors and entertainers and stuff like that. I think Martin Short used to do a character like that. Back in my day, we had a thing called the vaudeville. Can't remember who that was. No, Robin Williams did a lot of voices like that. Now I can't remember the Jesse or George Jessel. Yeah, Georgie Jessel was the one that Robin Williams used to do quite a bit. George Jessel preceded Jack Benny, and hell, I think he was a contemporary or even preceded the Marx Brothers of all people. So, I mean, it was way back, but, you know, he kind of... Oh... Hey, Fletcher, how's it going? How are you today, sir? Just going through this Planet of the Apes. Hey, when you were going through the price list, the inventory list yesterday, did you happen to see that Amazing Spider-Man? Like, it was like, I don't know, 216 or whatever issue, one with Venom in it. Anyways, I didn't see that. It's wonder I haven't pulled that out of there, but I want to give this away as is. So, and I definitely don't want to be a employee of eBay the way that they've got it set up now. But I was just thumbing through what I was going to go through today, and I was like, damn, there's a $100 issue. And then when I looked it up online, there's some people selling CGC graded 9 point whatevers for like $200. So better than you should be. Okay. Well, man, there's a hell of a lag between what I'm doing and saying and response times. It's a lot longer than it was yesterday. I don't know what that's about. I've got a fiber optic connection to the internet, so I don't know. Maybe their gateway server's lagging or whatever. Who knows? At least I know it's not upstream and downstream neighbors. Used to be the thing with DSL, everybody on your block is connected to the same line you are. So if they're just belting it by uploading videos, everybody's connection sucks. Okay, now we have Adventures on the Planet of the Apes. Number 5, Dr. Zaius. Okay, that's what I was trying to think. Hanging with Dr. Zaius, that Dana Gould thing. Oh God, that is not funny. I just don't get it. Anyways, I haven't really understood comedy for about 20 years now. It's just sometime around when Tom Green became famous. I don't know. I just guess I became a really old person because I don't understand Tom Green and Impractical Jokers and some of that stupid shit that Adam Carolla does with the prank calls. I don't know. I just don't find any of that funny. I mean, when I was 5, do you have Prince Albert in a can? Yeah, that's hilarious. When I was 5. But, 61 years old now. God. This comic has seen some humidity. pages are kind of warped and waffled a little bit. Yeah, it has. Very reactionary. I don't know, I like Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr and Chris Rock, and I can't really think of anybody else. So I keep trying to watch whatever that Tony Hinchcliffe thing is, Kill Tony. Anyways. Now this book has definitely got signs of having soaked up a lot of humidity and then not dried out right. But otherwise, it's in really good condition. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. This is more than... Oh, there's a big fucking stain there. Well, that might have got hit by some coffee or something. I don't know what's going on. Why that one's like that. Who knows? I bet you the next one, number 6, is just picture perfect. Well, except for this kind of rolled spine straight from the printers. I mean, even if it's straight from the printers, that's somehow points off on the grade of the comic. I sent was it X-Men 94 that yeah, 94 I believe, maybe I'm saying that wrong. Anyways, it's the big one. I bought it off of a spin rack at a convenience store, like a 7-Eleven in Prospect, Kentucky. The year that it came out, had it. I mean, it wasn't mint condition or anything like that, but had it all my life. And then sometime around, I guess it was like 2003, I sent it to CGC, and they sent it back saying that the book had been altered or repaired in some kind of way. But yet they wouldn't go into how or why they thought that. It pissed me off, and I told them so. Yeah, they were. They were just spin racks were magical. It was just you could get some really good books, and you could get some that were in really piss poor condition. There's like a lot of grocery stores would do dumb shit like put stickers on the outside of the book if there was a price change going on in the comic book industry, like from 30 to 35 cents. A lot of places would put a 35-cent sticker on a book, and it wouldn't be one of those nice stickers either that you could kind of peel off without anybody knowing. No, that thing spot welded itself to the cover, and you just tear everything up. This looks like an actor that was of the time. I just can't place him. Looks like somebody else joined, a second person. Hello, second person. Going through Planet of the Apes comic book series right now. Mm. They do blow up the Statue of Liberty in this book. Oh, okay. So basically, it took them what, 6 issues to run through the movie, or did they just do the story over again with another character? Who knows? Anyways, this book doesn't have that issue, so something was spilled on the last book. That's why I graded everything at a 6. Some things are 8 and better, some things are 7s. But there's more 8 and above than there are 7s, so and there's some things that are true 6s. Anything that was really, really bad, I gave it a 2. So, okay, the last of this little series of books that I have, 4 Adventures on the Planet of the Apes. Wonder how many of these Duraclean businesses are still going strong. Did those people retire? Inquiring minds want to know. And how many people got rich selling grit? How many kids? Because I've never seen a grit newspaper. I read the ads about grit newspapers, but sure, it was one of those kind of things you just sold to your grandparents and your extended family. You know, hey, I'm trying to raise money, and kind of like Kickstarter. Unless you got a really good idea for Kickstarter, it's basically just a way to extort money from your family and friends. I tried to do a Kickstarter campaign to, basically upgrade is not the right word, but anyways, do something with my oyster mushroom business. I would imagine that the original Planet of the Apes action figures were pretty cool. I wonder at what point in the timeline the figures that your friends have when they were manufactured. Well, they didn't spend a lot of time on the costuming for the apes in this. It kind of looks very abstract, almost like it belongs in the Tron movie. Yeah, Kickstarter is the new Avon, basically. I was trying to upgrade my business or upgrade the equipment. I'm not finding the right word, or upgrade just seems like it's the wrong word. Anyways, I needed a big steam boiler, one that puts out steam instead of just hot water like you find in people's houses. And because I needed to steam sterilize like an entire bale or a few bales of straw at one time. I needed the economy of scale. I needed to increase that in order to make what I was doing profitable, because I was earning maybe about, I don't know, it was less than $2 an hour for my efforts growing oyster mushrooms and then selling them at the farmer's market. So I wanted to, start selling them to like we have a Whole Foods store that's not part of the Whole Foods Corporation. It had the name way before. Anyways, there's one in Duluth, well, 2 in Duluth, and I wanted to start selling to them in various restaurants and shit like that. And even though I had a former employer that's fairly famous down in the cities, uh, advocating for me, and to all their customers, I still I needed like $8,000 to accomplish the whole upgrade, and I think there was about a total of $500 pledged. So, and anyways, that's when I became kind of aware that really you've got to have just like the world's best mousetrap in order to pull people in that you don't know, and probably some promotion behind that I just didn't have as well. Yeah, real Whole Foods, not that thing that Amazon bought out, but yeah, this has been a Whole Foods since I don't know, like the '80s, early '80s, just because Duluth is a very liberal, hippie, hipster kind of town. It's interesting. It's mainly due to because it's like the ultimate college town. You know, they say that Portland is the place where young people go to retire. Well, if they can't afford to retire in Portland, they come to Duluth. That's where hippies and hipsters and that whole ilk go to have their endless summer of hanging out at the bars, pretending that they're in college when they're 35 years old. Yeah, it's more about marketing. It's more about that marketing video, uh, a good um, an expensively. I cannot talk for shit today. Seems like I've had a small stroke in the middle of the night. I'm just joking. Anyways, yeah, a really good promotional video that you can play as part of your Kickstarter campaign will do more than anything in the world. It used to be really good when it first started out. All those services did, and then they all just went to hell in a handbasket, just like Ticket Bastard. Ticket Bastard was really it was a great thing when it first started out, and but it didn't take long for that to just get gamed all to hell, and then the people running it started gaming the end users. So all those service fees. I think the last thing I bought was on Ticket Bastard was Roger Waters came through the Twin Cities, and I caught him on his second pass through. It was an okay concert. Wasn't as good as when I caught David Gilmour's Pink Floyd Division Bell tour. I went to see him in Kansas City with a bus full of people that a radio station in Springfield put together. That was way back when I lived in Springfield, Missouri. Cultural wasteland. All roads intersect Springfield, and nothing. It just all passes through. There are no big bands that play. Anyways, you got a big ass football stadium there, though. That thing only gets used for football, though. Evansville did that same stupid. Well, Evansville did it to themselves. Evansville, when I lived across the river in Morganfield, Kentucky, anyways, we used to go up to Evansville to see concerts. They had Roberts Stadium. It was a stadium that seated like 30,000 people, something like that. Anyways, saw all kinds of concerts there. Steve Martin, all kinds of rock concerts and shit like that. And so, you, what does Evansville do? Well, they decide that they're going to tear down Roberts Stadium and replace it with, I don't know what to even call it. It was something that's only seats like, I can't remember. It's a small amount. It was like, let's call it 12,000, because I knew it was over half as small. And it's down near the waterfront, by the river, on where the business district is, where nobody goes, where there's like zero goddamn parking. And I don't know, it's just the dumbest thing ever. So now none of the big bands come through Evansville anymore. You have to go to Yum Yum Stadium in Louisville. Yum Yum Stadium. The people that own KFC and all that shit, they got a stadium named after them. Or you got to go to Chicago, or you got to go to St. Louis. But, everything's like a 3-hour drive away. So Louisville's only an hour and a half, but St. Louis is 3 hours. Chicago is, I don't know, 4 if you, depending on which way you go, 3 if you go and you step on it. So it's not that bad. Then you also have Nashville that you can hit up to. So it's really not that bad living right around that area. But Evansville did themselves a disservice, is because just like nothing plays at that new stadium, opera house, whatever the hell it was. I don't know. Just when I went back here 10 years ago, after my sister died, I was helping out my niece, trying to transition into being somewhat of an adult after losing her mother. That's when I found out about that, and it was just like, oh, that's the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. Just dumb. Had a lot of good times at Robert Stadium. A lot of good times. None of which I can bear. Well, I can remember a few of them, but there was a lot of them. One of the best concerts I ever saw was Rush's 2112. Oh God, the opening to that concert. They opened just first half of the album. It was. Especially when those propane cannons went off, when they were doing the bombs dropping. That was great. Hey, somebody should call Mexican Iron Man. Get him on the stream right now, because we have the very first issue of Alf by Marvel Comics. I should send this to him. If I had his address, I would. I also have I don't know, some kind of giant-sized trade paperback of the same thing. Well, I don't know. Yep, Alf. Are they really good times? I don't know. There's that is a good point. Oh my God, who was the artist on this? This is even worse than that shit that they have for Teen Titans Go. This looks like it was done for Dynamite magazine back in the 70s. I don't know if they still have those little magazines just for kids in grade school. Just wacky stories and bad illustrations and puzzles and games. It was Dynamite magazine. It was capitalizing on J.J. Walker's Dynamite. Anyways, this looks like the art for that. Looks like it should be on a bubblegum wrapper is what it looks like. Professor Haytian was here. He would know the style of this particular form of art. Absurdist, or I can't remember. Apparently the French use stuff like this, but it's very minimalistic for what it is. And everybody, like, it's kind of caricatures of stuff and whatnot. Just little 2-3 page stories, just little gags. Kind of like a Harvey comic. Yeah, the Sunday Comics art. That's what it is. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Same kind of little dot matrix kind of shading. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Flintstone Kids. This is where we start getting into this nonsense that I just absolutely cannot stand, because it seems to have. I don't know which came first, Muppet Babies or Flintstone Kids or whatever, but I don't like it. It's pervasive. It seems to be in everything. I see it in like Spider-Man, or maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm just throwing names out there, but I see it in big name titles. It just looks like they were drawing it for 4-year-olds. I think I harped on this yesterday. That's the great thing about being an old person. You get to say the same things over and over and over, and nobody can tell you to shut up. Funko Pops, yeah. Funko Pops, yeah. Everything, yeah. Started looking like that crap. I don't know. There's value in the early Funkos and stuff, and there's probably still value in some that are produced today, but a lot of it, yeah, it's just kind of a cash grab, and it shows. What is this? Look at how thick this is. How many issues? So they made 3 issues, and then they turned it into. I don't know if I'm going to go through this whole thing. I don't know if I could stand to. Okay, so it was a 3-issue limited series, and then they decided, well, that didn't sell, so let's bind it up and make it into basically a graphic novel or an omnibus or whatever they call these damn things now. Okay, so now we're getting into Alien Alliance. And this month I've got two of these, so I don't know why I thought this would be. I know it's a number one, but when did this come out? 1988. Yeah. I did this with a lot of number ones. I would buy like 5 of them if I could. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably right on that, Fletcher. Sell to schools and libraries and stuff. Yeah, that's a good marketing idea. I hadn't considered that. Well, they got me as a customer, so I can't say that I'm. Oh, the invasion crossovers. Okay. Yeah, I never really did get all that into that storyline at the time. Um, if I was reading any DC comics, it was things to do with Sandman and uh, all that. Anything that like Alan Moore was writing at the time. I don't even know if he was still with DC in '88. I really enjoyed Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. Really did. I don't know, but it's kind of evident that Alan Moore, does not like comics. Not even a little bit. He's written some of the greatest comics in the world, and they're all about deconstructing comic book heroes, which I find funny. The only thing he hates more than comic books is comic book fans. Everything gets sorted by title. Basically, whatever the order that it is, like in the comic book price guide, that's the order that I sort everything. Everything's alphabetical by title. No, I'm not. I can't even remember that long to from one box to the other. That's what I'm saying. My memory's so short that I couldn't remember from one box to the other about crossovers and stuff. No, Alan Moore does not like anything. Yeah, he is cranky. He is a cranky old man. I don't know if he's older than me, younger than me, or whatever, but he's been a cranky old man since he was a young man. Hey, Cotton, I'm sorry you didn't get a notification. How are you doing? Just going through some stuff. You missed it. We went through some Alf. Too bad Mexican Iron Man wasn't here. So, and the art on that was just about like you would expect. Anyways, I'm just going through this stuff. Fletcher actually remembers this crossover series better than I do. Hey, it's Disney Sheepherder. Hey, how's it going, dude? Yeah, I trying to give away this comic book collection, and this is the only thing that I can think of to to do it, to advertise it. I've tried mentioning it to a few people, and they do their best not to laugh in my face. Of course, I never explain things quite. I always want to do like 24-page PowerPoints to explain anything, so. Anyways, I don't remember any of this. I just remember this was something I bought 2 or 3 of. When it first came out. Fletcher and I just have been talking about Alan Moore, how I was more into people like Neil Gaiman and Alan Moore, that side of DC back in the 80s than I was anything that was going on at that time. Like the first Crisis on Infinite Earths and all that stuff. Okay, we need to talk about this. This alien alliance. Is this? Well, now I sound like one of the liberals here. Hey, look at this character. This looks like he's probably Japanese, and there's a big red rising sun on his forehead. I wonder what that's about. Well, anyways. Sorry, I can't help but notice the symbolism. There's a hell of a lag on here between me doing and saying things and me seeing it on the little bitty screen. Yeah, they're still, these comic books are still in really good condition, Disney. I've tried to keep them as pristine as possible. I mean, I haven't always done a good job. They should have been had backer boards put on them the instant I bought them. I was lucky to get them all in bags, just because I'm not always good at following through on a lot of things, and wasn't. I was more so that way when I was a teenager, so. Okay, John Jones, he's in this. I may have to actually pull some more books out of the box. I didn't think I'd go through these as fast as I have. Here, I'll just show you guys right now. While you guys are here. Sorry, I'm off camera, but I am here. I'm just trying to find the damn issue. I may have to look it up. Is this it? No, but that's about the range that it's supposed to be. Well, kiss my... which book? The Alien Invasion or Alien Alliance? Let's see. Let's open it up. If we can even read that without... Yeah, it is. It's Todd McFarlane did the pencils on that. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to. I'll just take you guys with me on this little journey. We are going to transition over to the price list, and I was looking at that this morning. If we go to Amazing Spider-Man, number 316. That's 316. Of course, I was looking at way in the wrong place. Here we go. Here we go. So you see that? I think I put it at an 8.5. I actually must have noticed that one. Anyways, $113. And that's about what they go for. Oh, I can't find my spot. Here we go. No. Okay. Ta-da. Now I'm back. Okay. There, now. Oh. It took a little bit longer than I wanted. This issue right here. Here's a McFarlane Amazing Spider-Man 316. One I just showed you in the price list. You have two foil cover Deadpool number ones. Probably have. Since the last movie was actually good and people went to see it, I'm sure that the price has gone up. It's like you should have seen what happened to all the Eternals comics that I have and the price on those after that piece of shit came out. Anyways, this is still. I mean, the pages have kind of. You can tell they've kind of browned out just from age. This was printed when? Jesus. 1989. So it's what, 34, 35 years old? Anyways, I could sell it on eBay. I might get, like $80, maybe $50, I don't know. But then I gotta report that fucking income to Social Security, so I'd rather just, let this ride with the collection, like I'm saying, and let this be an attractant to somebody that might want to drive their ass up here and get these comics. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that your collection was stolen there, Fletcher. I sometimes dream of this collection being stolen. I sometimes think that I should just wish this on my worst enemy, that they'd have to carry this around until they're my age. Of course, most of my worst enemies are older than me, so I don't know. I haven't really thought that one through, but here's that. So I'm just going to do this like every day that I can. Tomorrow, maybe not, because tomorrow I'm having dinner with, or lunch, or whatever you want to call it, around 2 o'clock with my aunt. So we're gonna order pizza and whatnot. So I don't know, sometime before or after that I'll do this, but not right at 2. But I'm gonna try to do it every day at 2. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Here's Alien 3, number 1 of 3. Steve Grant wrote this. Christopher Taylor is the penciler. I don't really know the name. I'm the worst kind of nerd because I don't really get into the minutia of things. I don't know. Because I never did really get into who drew what. I'm sorry to hear that, Cotton. Really am. Everybody has thought I'm crazy for carrying this around all over the United States as many times as I've moved and stuff. But it got me through my little paying off my medical bills 10 or so years ago. So pulled a few $1,000s out of this collection. I had like the first appearance of the Punisher in Spider-Man comics, and the first appearance of Moon Knight in Werewolf by Night or some shit like that. I managed to get some good ones. What I should have done, instead of trying to place bets on whether any of the stuff I was buying, like number 1 issues, were going to be worth anything in the future, I should have just been buying all those Silver Age comics from the 60s, the things that are actually have held value over the years and increased in value. That's where all the money was. I should have been buying, just no matter what the condition, because I was always looking for like a mint condition, number 34 Avengers or something like that. And I should have just bought number 34 in any condition and it would have gone up in price. Yeah, the original Star Wars toys, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. All that stuff from like the 70s and very early 80s and stuff before they just started mass producing everything in the world to the point where it just has no value anymore. Limited runs are where it's at. I don't know. I've been on here for about an hour, guys. I could go all day long pretty much, but I kind of want to drag this out as long as possible to see if I can somehow get word of mouth out there to somebody that really wants a collection of fills with a few key issues in it. So that's what I hope to do. Plus, I'm also trying to get familiar with OBS and all this bullshit. I actually started a scheduled stream early today, and it didn't die on me, so I'm really proud of myself. Usually I fuck that all up, so I think I'm gonna cut loose today. And what is today? Tuesday. What do we got in the way of streams tonight? Tuesday is Pop Culture Mechanic streams at 8 o'clock. Snacks usually streams at 8 o'clock. And I'm sure if those two are streaming, then of course Snow Dub will also be streaming probably at about 8:30, so that I can try to moderate all 3 streams at the same time. I can't say that I can do it, but anyways, it's always interesting on Tuesdays. It's Triple Tuesdays, so anyways, I'm gonna hit the end stream button and I don't know, go do something. I will catch y'all either on X or somewhere tonight. Have a great one.